Welcome back, my dear friends, to Mrs. English Channel. I'm so happy you're here today. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great, Emily. But you know what? I looked outside this morning, and the sky was completely gray. It looked so dull that I just wanted to stay in bed a little longer.
Oh, I totally understand, Jack. The weather really has power over our mood, doesn't it? When it's sunny, we suddenly feel alive, like we can do anything. But when it rains, we just want to curl up in a blanket and take a nap.
Exactly. And that's why today's lesson is so useful, my friends. We're going to talk about the weather in English, one of the most common and friendly topics in daily life.
Yes, that's right. If you can talk about the weather, you can start almost any conversation. At work, at school, in a cafe, or even on a bus with strangers. Weather is always safe, simple, and friendly.
And the best part? Everyone loves to share how the weather feels. It's something we all experience every single day.
That's so true, Jack. So today, let's make this lesson fun and full of smiles. We'll practice speaking, repeating, and feeling the English words together.
All right, friends, let's start with something simple. Repeat after me. The weather is nice today.
Good job. Don't worry if your pronunciation isn't perfect yet. Remember this: practice makes progress. Every time you try, your English grows stronger.
That's right. Learning English is like the weather. It changes, it improves, and sometimes it surprises you.
Exactly. So, let's take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy our time together. Ready? Let's dive into the world of weather in English and have some fun along the way. All right, my friends, let's make this fun. Imagine this. It's a bright, sunny morning. The sky is clear, the air feels warm, and you're about to meet your friend at a cozy coffee shop. The door opens, and in walks Jack.
Hi, Emily. Wow, it's so sunny today. Did you bring your sunglasses?
Of course I did, Jack. But honestly, it's a little too hot for me. I feel like I'm melting.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. But yeah, it's definitely one of those days when even your iced coffee melts faster than you can drink it.
Exactly. Friends, did you hear that? Those are very natural ways to describe the weather in English. Listen carefully. These are everyday expressions you can use anywhere. It's sunny. It's too hot. I feel like I'm melting. These are short, simple, and very natural. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. It's too hot today. One more time. It's sunny outside.
Perfect. You sound great.
Yes, good job. Don't worry if your voice sounds a little shy. That's okay. When you repeat out loud, your tongue and your brain start working together. And that's how English becomes part of you.
That's right. Speaking English isn't just about remembering words, it's about feeling them. So when you say, it's sunny, try to imagine the sunshine touching your face, warming your skin. Feel it. That's how you make your English come alive.
Beautifully said, Jack. Friends, when we connect words with real feelings, learning becomes fun, easy, and unforgettable.
Exactly. And besides, who doesn't love a sunny day? The sky is bright, the air feels light, and the world just seems happier.
You're right. Sunny days make everything sparkle. The trees, the streets, even our smiles. Now that we've enjoyed the warmth, let's see what happens when the sky suddenly turns gray. Are you ready? Let's move on to rainy days. All right, Jack, let's change the scene a little. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning and it's raining hard outside. The sky is dark, the sound of raindrops hits the window, and you suddenly realize you forgot your umbrella.
Oh no. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm soaking wet already. The rain is so heavy today.
I can see it, Jack. Your hair is dripping, your clothes are all wet. You look like you just walked through a waterfall.
Well, I guess that's what I get for being too lazy to check the weather forecast.
Friends, did you hear those phrases? Listen carefully. They're very useful for rainy days. It's raining hard. I'm soaking wet. Now repeat after me, slowly and clearly. It's raining hard today. Good. One more time. I'm soaking wet. Perfect. See? That's how native speakers talk when it's raining. Short, simple, but full of feeling.
Yeah, and honestly, rainy days can be both beautiful and annoying. Beautiful because of the soft sound of the rain, but annoying because, well, nobody likes wet socks.
That's true, Jack. I think everyone has had that moment, walking to work or school, and suddenly a car drives by and splashes water all over you.
That's the worst. You stand there, half shocked, half angry, but you can't even be mad because it's just the rain.
Exactly. And that's why talking about the weather is such a great topic in English. It's something we all go through. You can say, "It's raining hard today," or "I got caught in the rain." Simple phrases like that make your English sound natural and alive.
Yeah, and I think rainy days also have their own charm, you know? When you sit by the window with a cup of coffee, just watching the rain fall, it feels calm and peaceful.
That's such a lovely image, Jack. And you're right. Every type of weather has its own mood. When you can describe it in English, not just the temperature, but the feeling, that's when your English starts to grow beautifully.
Well said, Emily. So, friends, let's review these phrases again before we move on. It's raining hard. I'm soaking wet. I got caught in the rain.
Perfect. You're doing amazing. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect, it's to keep practicing until it feels natural.
Exactly. Confidence is more important than perfection. So, even if you make a small mistake, just smile, laugh it off, and try again.
Beautiful. Now, let's take a step forward. Imagine the rain has stopped, the sky starts to clear, and the sun begins to shine again. It's that strange moment when you don't know what's coming next, rain or sunshine. Are you ready, my friends? Let's talk about unpredictable weather. All right, my friends. The rain has stopped, the clouds are moving away, and a little sunlight is breaking through. But wait, give it 5 more minutes, and the rain might come back again. That's what we call unpredictable weather.
Oh, yes, I know that feeling very well. It's like 1 minute you're sweating under the sun, and the next you're running for cover because it suddenly starts pouring again.
Exactly. And that's the perfect word for today. Unpredictable. It means you never really know what's going to happen next. The weather can change anytime.
That reminds me of our friend Jesse. Remember him? He's from Brazil, and he recently moved to London.
Oh, yes, poor Jesse. He told me that back in Brazil, the sun shines almost every single day. But in London, he said the weather changes 10 times in one day.
I can imagine him walking out in a t-shirt in the morning, freezing by lunchtime, and carrying an umbrella by the afternoon.
That's right. And you never know if it'll rain or shine, or maybe both at the same time. That's why people often say the weather in London is unpredictable.
All right, friends, let's say it together. Repeat after me slowly. The weather is unpredictable.
Good. One more time. The weather is unpredictable. Perfect. Now, here's something important. Don't be afraid to make mistakes when you speak. If you accidentally say something like, the weather is unpredict, it's fine. Just smile, take a breath, and try again.
Exactly. Confidence is always more powerful than perfection. You see, Emily, I think unpredictable weather is actually a lot like learning English.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, sometimes you feel like you're making great progress. That's your sunny day. And other times you get stuck or make mistakes. That's your rainy day. But no matter what happens, you just keep going. And before you know it, you're improving.
That's such a wonderful comparison, Jack. I love that. Yes, just like the weather, learning English changes from day to day, but it always moves forward.
Exactly. So friends, remember this. Even when your English feels a bit cloudy or uncertain, the sun will always come back.
Beautifully said, Jack. Now, let's move from gray skies to something a little brighter. Imagine this. The rain is gone, the sun returns, and the air feels warm again. You're standing on a beach, listening to the waves. Are you ready? Let's talk about sunny days at the beach. All right, Jack, let's change the scene again. Imagine this. The rain has finally stopped, and the next morning you wake up to clear blue skies. You decide to go to the beach. The sound of the waves, the smell of the ocean, the gentle touch of the wind. Everything feels perfect.
Ah, that sounds amazing, Emily. I can almost hear the seagulls already.
Yes, it's a beautiful day. So tell me, Jack, what would you say about the weather at the beach?
I'd probably say something like, I love this warm breeze. The sun feels soft on my skin. The sky is bright blue.
That's wonderful. Those are perfect sentences. Friends, did you hear how natural that sounded? Let's repeat together. The sky is bright blue. Now, another one. I love this warm breeze. Good job. Don't rush. Take your time to feel each word.
You know, Emily, when I say, I love this warm breeze, I can actually feel it in my mind. It's like I'm standing there, eyes closed, just breathing in the ocean air.
Yes, that's exactly how you should learn English. Not just by memorizing, but by imagining. When you picture the words, they stay with you longer.
That's so true. And there's something magical about the beach, isn't there? The sound of waves makes everything peaceful.
Absolutely. The beach has a calmness that reminds us to slow down. Friends, when you practice English, you can bring that same calm energy. Don't stress about mistakes. Just breathe Speak slowly and let the words flow, like the waves of the ocean.
That's beautiful, Emily. I think learning English at the beach would be the best classroom ever.
I agree. Sunshine, ocean breeze, and English conversation. What could be better? All right, friends, let's practice one more time. The sky is bright blue. I love this warm breeze. Perfect. You sound great.
Emily, sometimes when I travel, I realize how the weather can change so quickly from one place to another. It can be warm in the morning and freezing by night.
That's a great point, Jack. The weather can surprise us any time. In some countries, it feels like you can experience all four seasons in just one day.
Oh, yes, I've been in places like that. One moment you're sunbathing, and the next, you're looking for a jacket.
Exactly. And that's what we'll talk about next, when the weather keeps changing all the time. Are you ready? Let's move on and learn how to describe that kind of weather, the kind that never stays the same. All right, friends, now that we've enjoyed the warm sunshine at the beach, let's head somewhere colder. Imagine you wake up one morning and everything outside is covered in white. The trees, the streets, even the rooftops, all frozen.
Oh, that sounds beautiful, but also really, really cold.
Exactly. It's winter now, and we're going to talk about cold weather. Actually, this reminds me of our friend Crystal. She lives in Canada, where the winters can be unbelievably cold.
Oh, yes, I remember Crystal. She once said, "It's minus 20 degrees today. My eyelashes are frozen."
That's right. Can you imagine that? Frozen eyelashes. All right, friends, repeat after me. My eyelashes are frozen. Good. Now another one. It's freezing cold. Perfect. You see, when we say it's freezing cold, it means it's very, very cold. Much colder than just saying it's cold.
Exactly. When it's freezing, you can see your breath in the air. You feel it in your bones. Even your nose starts to hurt a little.
Yes, and your hands get so cold that even holding a cup of coffee feels like a miracle. Friends, can you imagine that moment? You walk outside, you take a deep breath, and the air feels like ice. You say, "Wow, it's freezing cold today." Now repeat that again. It's freezing cold today. Great work.
Emily, I actually like cold weather sometimes. When it's snowing, everything feels quiet. It's like the world slows down.
That's so true. There's something peaceful about winter. The stillness, the way snow falls gently on the ground, the sound of crunching footsteps. It makes you feel calm inside.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's another beautiful thing about learning how to talk about the weather. You're not just learning words, you're learning to describe feelings.
That's beautifully said, Jack. When you talk about weather in English, try to include emotions, how it feels, how it sounds, what it reminds you of. That's how your language becomes alive.
Right. So instead of just saying, "it's cold," you can say things like, "my hands are freezing," or "the air feels icy," or "my nose is numb."
Exactly. Those little details make your sentences sound so much more natural.
And they make your listener imagine what you're describing. That's powerful communication.
Absolutely. So, friends, let's go over our new phrases one more time. My eyelashes are frozen. It's freezing cold. My hands are freezing. The air feels icy. Great work. You're doing amazing.
You know, Emily, after all this cold talk, I think I need something warm, maybe a cup of hot chocolate.
Me too, Jack. But before that, let's make things a little more exciting. How about we play a little game? I'll describe a type of weather and you react to it, just like in real life.
Sounds fun. Let's do it.
Perfect. Then get ready, everyone. We're going to practice reacting to the weather with feelings, expressions, and imagination. All right, Jack, let's have some fun now. We've talked about different kinds of weather, sunny, rainy, cold, but now it's time to feel it. Let's play a little game. I'll describe the weather, and you react like it's happening right now.
All right. This is going to be interesting. All right. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. It's snowing heavily.
Wow. My hands are freezing. I can't even feel my nose. I think I need some gloves right now.
Good one, Jack. That's perfect. Friends, did you hear that? He said, "My hands are freezing and I can't feel my nose." Those are great ways to describe cold weather naturally. Now, let's try another one. It's windy.
Oh no. My hat just flew away. Wait, there it goes. It's gone forever.
That's exactly how native speakers sound, full of energy and feeling. All right, friends, now it's your turn. Imagine it's windy. What happens to you? Maybe your umbrella turns inside out, or your hair gets messy, or your jacket starts flying open. Take a second, imagine it clearly, and say it out loud right now. Go on, don't be shy. This is how English becomes fun and alive.
Yes, when you react, when you laugh, when you feel what you're saying, you're not just memorizing, you're living the language.
Exactly. Learning English shouldn't feel like a test. It should feel like a conversation, full of laughter, imagination, and real emotion.
You know, Emily, this kind of practice reminds me of when I first started learning another language. I used to sit in my room, act out little scenes, talk to myself, and even make funny faces just to sound more natural.
I love that, Jack. That's exactly the kind of spirit that helps you improve faster. Friends, if you practice speaking with emotion, even when you're alone, your confidence will grow so much faster.
Yes, confidence is the key. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to speak. Even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, it's okay, because every time you speak, you make progress.
That's so true. So, friends, let's try a few more quick reactions together. Imagine it's raining heavily. How do you feel? Maybe you say, "Oh no, I'm getting soaked," or "I forgot my umbrella." Now imagine it's really sunny. You could say, "It's too hot, I need some shade," or "I feel like I'm melting."
Yeah, or when it's windy, you can say, "My hat just flew away again." It's fun to exaggerate. It helps your speech sound natural.
Exactly. You're not just practicing English, you're practicing being expressive. That's how native speakers communicate, not only with words, but with tone and feeling.
Yes, Emily. So, friends, keep practicing like this. Speak out loud. Imagine real situations. And don't be afraid to sound a little silly.
Because when you laugh while learning, you remember faster and enjoy more. All right, I think that was a great warm up.
It really was. So, what's next?
Next, we'll explore something a little deeper: weather idioms. You know, those funny little phrases that don't always make sense, but make you sound more like a native speaker?
Oh, I love those.
All right, let's jump into idioms and discover how English uses weather to describe feelings.
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right, friends, we've talked about sunshine, rain, and even snow. Now let's go a little deeper. Did you know that in English, people often use the weather to describe their feelings?
That's right. We have lots of weather idioms, expressions that don't always mean exactly what they sound like, but make your English feel real and natural.
Exactly. Let's start with one of the most common idioms, I'm under the weather. Now, that doesn't mean you're standing under a cloud or hiding from the rain. It actually means you're not feeling well. Maybe you have a cold or you're just tired and weak. So, if your friend asks, how are you today? You could say, I'm a bit under the weather. All right, friends, let's practice together. Repeat after me. I'm under the weather today. Good. One more time. I'm under the weather today. Perfect.
You see, that sounds polite and natural. You're telling someone you don't feel great, but in a friendly way.
Exactly. Now here's another beautiful idiom. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Ah, that one's my favorite. It means that even in bad situations, there's always something good, right?
Yes, that's right. Even when life feels dark or difficult, there's always a hidden blessing. For example, maybe it rains on your picnic, but that gives you time to sit together and talk more deeply with your friends.
That's true. Sometimes the little surprises in life turn into the best memories.
Exactly. Let's say it together, friends. Repeat after me. Every cloud has a silver lining. Once more, slowly. Every cloud has a silver lining. Beautiful.
These idioms really show how connected language and emotions are. When people say things like sunny, stormy, or cloudy, they're not just talking about the sky. They're talking about how they feel inside.
That's such a lovely thought, Jack. And it's true. Words about the weather often carry emotion. For example, she has a sunny smile. That means her smile is warm and happy. Or, it's just a storm in a teacup. That means it's not a big problem. Someone's just overreacting.
I know a few people like that. They turn small things into big drama. A storm in a teacup. I'll remember that one.
It's a good one to know. All right, friends, let's repeat these new idioms together. She has a sunny smile. It's just a storm in a teacup. Good. One more time. She has a sunny smile. It's just a storm in a teacup. Perfect.
You see, that sounds polite and natural. You're telling someone you don't feel great, but in a friendly way.
Exactly. Now here's another beautiful idiom. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Ah, that one's my favorite. It means that even in bad situations, there's always something good, right?
Yes, that's right. Even when life feels dark or difficult, there's always a hidden blessing. For example, maybe it rains on your picnic, but that gives you time to sit together and talk more deeply with your friends.
That's true. Sometimes the little surprises in life turn into the best memories.
Exactly. Let's say it together, friends. Repeat after me. Every cloud has a silver lining. Once more, slowly. Every cloud has a silver lining. Beautiful.
These idioms really show how connected language and emotions are. When people say things like sunny, stormy, or cloudy, they're not just talking about the sky. They're talking about how they feel inside.
That's such a lovely thought, Jack. And it's true. Words about the weather often carry emotion. For example, she has a sunny smile. That means her smile is warm and happy. Or, it's just a storm in a teacup. That means it's not a big problem. Someone's just overreacting.
I know a few people like that. They turn small things into big drama. A storm in a teacup. I'll remember that one.
It's a good one to know. All right, friends, let's repeat these new idioms together. She has a sunny smile. It's just a storm in a teacup. Good. One more time. She has a sunny smile. It's just a storm in a teacup. Perfect.
You know, Emily, learning idioms is like adding color to your English. They make your sentences sound more alive, more human.
That's so true. When you use idioms, you're not just learning English, you're learning culture, feelings, and wisdom. And that's what makes communication beautiful.
Absolutely. So, friends, keep listening for these idioms in movies, songs, and conversations. When you hear one, write it down and try using it yourself. That's how you'll sound more natural, step by step.
Beautiful advice, Jack. All right, my dear friends, we've reached the end of today's lesson. You've learned how to talk about different kinds of weather, sunny, rainy, cold, unpredictable, and even learned idioms that express emotion and meaning.
That's a lot of progress for one lesson. Remember, even if you only remember one phrase today, that's still a win. Tomorrow, you'll remember two.
Exactly. Every time you speak, you grow. Every mistake is just a step forward. So be proud of yourself. Keep practicing and don't stop speaking because your voice matters.
That's right. Practice with friends, talk to yourself, or even leave a comment about the weather where you live. Every word is progress.
And before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can keep growing with us. You're doing wonderfully. Really, you are.
This has been another episode of Mrs. English Channel. We're so proud of you, friends.
Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and may the weather in your heart always be sunny. See you soon.